Well, folks, we're on day 2 of Smithland Dam. So we're gonna bump a little bit, and then we're gonna do a little bit of night fishing. I've always wanted to come down here and do some night fishing and see how it goes. And I've got fresh shad today, so we'll see how them work. And I got some big fresh shad, so we'll bump about an hour, try to get 4 or 5 fish. And I want to make sure that they're going to bite these shad. I almost know they will, though. I'm going to turn around here and look. We're running into fish. I've been doing it about 3 seconds and already mad because I ain't got a bite. There was a fish, but he didn't tag it. Fish on. And he come off. And it's dragging it back up that way. Fish on, folks. And he come off. Fish on. He's stripping and dragging. I think they're gonna bite shad. I don't think he's all that big a fish. I think he's just about a 7 or 8 pounder that's pretty active. I seen his tail, but I didn't see much when I seen it. Dog them things can fight when they want to. Well, he's a 5 pounder, maybe 6. So they're gonna like shad, folks. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I had. I got a couple frozen skipjack, but I want to make sure that we that we could get fish on shad, so I was like, I'll bump for a little bit. I should have my dip net out. I'm crazy for not having it. Fish el numero uno, male channel cat that'll weigh about 7. So what I'm doing here is I got some little shad that I'm cutting their tails off, and I'll use that. I got some great big old shad in there that I'm gonna use to anchor fish. But I wanted to make sure that they was gonna bite shad before we got too excited doing anything. We might have had to force ourselves to get some skipjack. And I just make them shad look like that. And we're off after another. I don't know why them things ain't getting hooked. Fish on. See, this bumping's all about presentation, folks. And if you ain't presenting the bait right, then you ain't gonna catch them. But we're gonna have to get into some bigger fish somewhere. But I know where they're at. We're gonna anchor on them, so Erin can get in on the action. Another 5-pound blue. You see how that's trailing out behind the boat? That's how you want it. So them fish is laying down there behind rocks and stuff, and they're facing upstream, eating stuff that this dam kills. And it just rolls downstream like this sinker's doing, and hook and bait. And if you can mimic that, then you can catch them. You'll feel it bounce over a rock like that, and then you'll get a bite behind that rock. See? But for some reason he didn't get hooked. That one did. But see, I kind of feel like there ain't no big ones in here. Another 5-pounder. So these 5-pound fish are laying up in here feeding. The bigger ones are laying down below feeding. But I like to catch fish, and then I'll go after a big one after I get a few fish caught. And plus I wanted to make sure that makes for sure that he's gonna bite shad. You just let her down there till she hits, and then go to bouncing. And by all of these dams, it don't take long. It's going up over a rock now. You can feel it go off down the other side. Sometimes you gotta pull it a couple times. Get it up over that rock. And then there'll be a fish laying on the other side of that rock, more than likely. There he was. He just didn't get hooked. Going up over another rock right there. It's going down the other side. I might be home. So folks, you can do this in the Mississippi. Just go right down the middle of the river. I've done it many a time. You just gotta have the patience to sit there with the fish. They don't bite near as fast as what they do out here. But you can do the same thing. You go down there and you'll feel like rocks in different areas on the bottom of that river. You bounce over that hump and then there's fish laying there on the other side of it. But the Mississippi, you get a big one doing it every once in a while, and a sure enough big one. I don't know why there ain't no monsters laying up in this dam race, but they sure ain't. I fished it for about a month straight now, and they ain't caught nothing any size. But we're right there in that dam race right again. And we're drifting backwards maybe a half mile an hour. Made contact with the bottom there. So whenever that gets to bouncing over a rock, there'll be a fish laying there if I ain't caught him. I bounced over a rock and had a fish. There we go. And he come off. I can't tell if my shad's on there or not, so I'm gonna.
The only thing about them shad, they don't stay on, do they?
So instead of cutting another shad, I'm just gonna put a couple tails on there. They're biting good enough they'll bite a tail. Because everybody likes a good tail every once in a while. I'm sure them fish is indiscriminate, but I don't like using tails, but I think they'll bite them right here, right now. They're biting really good. I found that rock. I think I probably lost my stuff. All right, folks, it's time to go find them and anchor on them. I caught a few fish. I'm happy. It's time to get after something big. Well, we're setting poles out and Erin got a bite, as usual. It did not take long. We're fishing in 60 foot of water, folks. I knew that there was some good ones down here. I just hope that the current don't keep us screwed up. I figured we'd have to sit there a little while longer than that, though. Is he your 50 pounder?
Wherever he is. It'd be nice if he was 50 pounds.
I don't think he's 50 pounds.
then.
He might go 20.
Right there.
He's a strip and drag, folks. He's a strip and drag on Erin.
Darn it. I gotta make up all that ground.
Boy, I've always liked shad better than skipjack.
I'm tired.
She's tired, folks. She's tired.
He's taking drag again. Maybe he ain't gonna come back up.
Just don't get excited on him. Just ease him around.
Well, he's liable to pull me in with these freaking steel-toe boots on. That's what I'm scared of. I ain't got a good grip.
I'm just waiting.
Be still, buddy. Quit
Wait.
fighting.
Waiting with bated breath to see him.
There it goes again.
That's a good fish. Look at him bending that orange pole, folks. That's a pretty strong pole right there.
No, don't be fighting me. Just come on. There he is. There he is right there.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
He is a good one. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yay.
That's Erin's biggest fish so far, folks, and it happened within 3 minutes of sitting here.
How much do you think he weighs?
About 30,
What was the last one I caught?
25.
Yay!
God, dog! He might go more than 30. If he had a big belly on him, he would go 40. It's a good fish. He wouldn't hook by nothing but imagination. I knew if we could find these fish in 60 foot of water, then we could catch us a big one. I'm more excited than what it would if I'd have caught an 80 pounder.
I can't believe I caught one that big in a while. Yay! He is pretty big, ain't he?
Yeah, he's
Boy, I'd
big.
like to have him on my wall. You sure there ain't no way we could stuff a catfish and put it on the wall?
Ah, this. I'm trying to take the dip net weight off of him. $35. Now you gotta hold him. This is gonna be our thumbnail.
Okay. But I gotta get down here, I think, because God.
35 pounds, folks. Erin's biggest fish to date.
Now you be throwing back in?
Yeah.
What do I do? Just toss him over?
Yep. Just toss him back over. Don't let him.
What if he takes me with him?
Well, don't hold on to him.
Well, I'm gonna try not to. Ready? Here you go, Big Blue. Yeah.
Ain't that fun?
Yeah, that is fun. That was a lot more exciting than just sitting here watching you do it.
I knew that you'd eventually get one. And they make them bigger. Is your adrenaline going? Are you tired?
No.
All right, folks, we got to regroup. My camera's about dead, and then we'll go. He did not slam it. He just kind of slow takedown like them big ones do. That's the biggest one we've caught out of Ohio in a while. On a smaller piece of bait.
Yeah, that was a small piece of bait, wasn't
I wished I'd have got the takedown on the camera, but I didn't. But folks, he didn't hit it all that hard. Them big ones sometimes don't hit it hard. They just kind of take it down and go. But they're a whole lot different in 60 foot of water than what they are in 10. Well, folks, we're about to get lined out. The current's a swirling right here, and I don't know exactly what it's doing. But we're going to sit here another 10 minutes and see. I want to get where everything's straight before dark, because this will create a lot of problems after dark. Especially if you get a fish on. You'll have every pole in the boat wound up. That current's moving good right over there that direction. And that's what the deal is. Them fish is ranked up on this drop off right here. So we might be able to get up over there where we can fall back in on that drop off. I can see it now. When I parked the boat, I couldn't see it. So we'll give them about 10 minutes here, 5, and then we'll move around just a little bit. Just see if there's another big one laying around there. God, it's hot. It's November the 10th, and I've got a long sleeve t-shirt on, and I'm sweating. I was worried about it and was going to wear me a jacket, and I'm glad I didn't. Have you had any more bites? That just goes to show you, folks, my theory's correct. Once you catch a big one, you just as well as to move. I don't know what they do. I think you fight them so long and it makes pheromones in the water. And pheromones. And then them other fish smell them pheromones and they gives them the lockjaw. I've done it so many times in my life that it ain't even funny. And you'd think it'd wash them pheromones away. And I think the pheromones is the right word for it. And I'm not good with words. But them evil pheromones do a lot of damage to a lot of stuff. There we go. There we go. Hopefully it's proving me wrong. Mine ain't as big as Erin's. Nah, I think I can fight him around it. He ain't as big as yours. That's pretty dismal compared to Erin's. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but he didn't pay any attention to the pheromones. I don't even want to put him up for the camera. This is the pheromone fish. One minute I get a cool breeze going across my back, and the next minute it's hotter than something that's hot. Did you know he was big whenever he's down there on the bottom?
Well, he was hard to pull up, so I knew he was bigger than what I caught before.
They usually don't start fighting in this deep water until they get up closer to the top of the boat. They just feel like a log down there. Yep, I'm ready to move. Folks, I was letting Erin's line out and one tagged it. So I'm gonna have to switch sinkers in this heavier current in this 60 foot of water, because we ain't gonna get a sinker down. That's what I was doing, is trying to get a sinker down, and one tagged it. He's releasing pheromones right as we speak. It's kind of a good fish, but it ain't no Erin size. Somehow I knew that was going to happen like that. That's the reason why I was just sitting there doing it. Guess I need to go back here and assume fighting stance. I need to quit doing that on them 10-pound fish. I'll lose one of these days. Another nice blue. Hey, Erin's right. His lips all scarred up for where he's been caught a dozen times. So I'm going to switch over to 8-ounce sinkers. Or try to. Before it gets dark. I finally advanced to sinker slides, folks. I I didn't use them for the longest time, but this Ohio River current is so unpredictable. 1 minute you're in 3-mile-an-hour current, the next minute you're in 0 current. So I was like, well, I'm gonna get sinker slides so I don't have to retie every time. And I'm appreciating that fact right now. 8 ounces is a little bit heavy for here, but hopefully them sinker slides will help them. And we're probably gonna finish out the night right here, because there was a bunch of fish down there. We're gonna give them about 10 minutes, see if anything bites here, probably till this camera runs out. There's no current whatsoever here. Well, I mean, there is a little bit, but there was a bunch of fish down in there doing something. That's about 50 foot of water. I couldn't never get the boat to set where I was wanting to fish. And then it got dark on me and I sure couldn't get it to set. If your boat ain't setting right when you're anchor fishing, then you just as well as to not even mess with it. Because 1 minute that current was pushing back towards us, and then the next minute it was pushing away from us. At least here it's pushing one way, just not very fast. I don't like fishing where there ain't no current neither, but you never know. We might throw it in front of a big one. Regardless, we've had a good night. Erin caught her biggest fish so far. We've caught quite a few fish in a very short amount of time. Well, folks, we're gonna call it. I didn't do no intro today. I'm just gonna go to throwing fish in the boat. Erin, she caught her biggest fish today. She's happy as she can be.
Yep.
She's ready to go. I am too. We got a 2-hour drive. I will see y'all next time.